want to hit with this side.
All right, call the meeting to order. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Young lady.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Yes.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Nordby?
Here.
Councilmember Woods?
Here.
Councilmember McKenzie?
Here.
Councilmember Schweer?
Here.
Mayor Monge?
Here.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I would like to, before we jump into the adopt the agenda, bring up our police chief, Ray Rosales, to discuss some of the impact and the feelings we're getting back from the public about ICE and where we stand on some of this. So I'd like to turn it over to Chief Rosales, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council members. Thank you, City Manager. Thank you, everyone that's in attendance this evening. This is a message from the City of North St. Paul. The City of North St. Paul is aware that residents and businesses may have questions or concerns regarding increased federal immigration enforcement activity occurring in surrounding communities. The city's primary responsibility is to ensure the safety and security of all residents. This message is to clarify the role of the North St. Paul Police Department regarding the ongoing immigration enforcement in Minnesota. The City of North St. Paul does not enforce immigration laws and is not involved in federal immigration enforcement operations. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, otherwise known as ICE, is a separate federal agency, and no individual or local authority, including local law enforcement, may interfere with its operations. North St. Paul police officers do not inquire about the immigration status of suspects, victims, or witnesses, and are prohibited from sharing information for the purpose of identifying or enforcing immigration violations. The city respects the constitutional right of individuals to lawfully demonstrate or protest. Police officers may respond to such activities to determine whether they are lawful, to ensure public safety, and to protect individuals' constitutional rights when exercised in a lawful manner on public property. It is unlawful to obstruct or interfere with the actions of ICE or any law enforcement agency. Residents are encouraged to remain calm, prioritize safety, and refrain from interfering with any ICE enforcement activity they may observe. Interfering with federal agents can create serious safety risks for all involved. With that being said, residents with concerns regarding ICE activity within the City of North St. Paul may contact the City of North St. Paul Police Department at 651-747-2406, where they will be directed to the appropriate staff. If you believe a Department of Homeland Security employee has acted improperly, complaints may be submitted directly to the DHS Office of Inspector General. Reports can be filed online through the DHS OIG hotline complaint form online. Correct me if I'm wrong, City Manager, this release that I just read is also going to be posted on our website, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. That is it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for that
Thank you,
message.
Chief. At this time, we will get a motion to adopt the agenda, please.
So moved.
So move, Councilmember Schweer. Second. Second, Councilmember Woods. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.
All right, moving on, we'd like to have a presentation today for our commissioners that would spend their time, personal time on our commissions, whether or not it's the arts or economic development, parks and rec, planning. So we'd like to recognize them tonight. We'll have the mayor and come down to the podium and we can present plaques out for people who have served. So I really appreciate the time to do that, to honor these people.
Yeah, but you grab the head one. I gotta read, so I don't know who's doing. All right.
I'm gonna go down there for the planning.
City of North St. Paul has several boards and commissions on which members volunteer their time for the betterment of our city. These include the Art and Culture, Parks and Rec, Planning Commission, Economic Development Authority, and the Police Civil Service Commission. At the end of 2025, there were 7 members whose respective terms ended, and they chose to resign. The city would like to acknowledge and express sincere appreciation to the outgoing members for the various commissions. Each of these commissioners has generously volunteered their time, knowledge, and experience to serve the community. So first up, I will allow you to read that. Well, I guess I got it right there, too.
We'll see if,
Who's all here?
Yeah, I would. You're gonna go down there for your own commission, right? Huh? Troy, get in there.
so much, I appreciate you. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Peter.
I don't think he
I
may
can't
have.
say his name, I'm
Glardy.
gonna say it for the EDA.
Glardy.
Glardy, I did finally say it the first time. He's
Yep,
not here.
yep.
So Peter Glardy
We'll
was
get
on
that
our
out to him.
EDA. Ben
Yeah.
sending that out. Andrew Nath. Easy, I recognize him. Thank you so much for your time on the EDA.
Oh, man, yeah.
It's a pleasure. There you go, sir. Thank you so much. Jim, bud.
Oh,
Planning Commission, I appreciate it. All the time and
Absolutely.
effort you put into there, my friend.
good, sir.
You gotta get over there with him, you're on the commission. Unfortunately, I don't think
Dave Zick.
Oh, he's here, wonderful.
Boy.
Get my fingers all over this.
He's on the Civil Service Commission for how many years, sir?
15.
15 years. Good to see you again. Doing good. Come on over.
And we would like to,
Might need a carryout for that thing. It's.
yeah.
Picture with you?
Hey, yes. But yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, the box and everything. Come on down. Yeah, appreciate it, everything. Dave McKenzie, also on the Police Civil Service Commission.
Should have kept that one out.
You're on 15. Oh, you
Oh,
guys
wow.
at the same time, huh?
Yep. Same day.
That's, there you go. Oh, thank you so much. Wow, look at that. Hold on, don't drop it on your toes, another surgery after all.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Bob, Dave, can you get him up for the?
Here, picture the whole commission here. Yeah, going back up. You won 20 push-ups on it. Yeah. You got to the line. That's right. Well, you look good always. Always good to see you, sir. All right, Jane.
Nice and close, yeah. There we go. Okay,
Not what they're supposed to.
ready? Great, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
There you go, Dave.
You gotta
We'll mail them out.
Thank you.
There you are, sir.
Thanks, everybody, for all the help. I appreciate all the hard work on the commissions. Thank you so much.
I'll let you go first.
All right, you got all the hardware. I feel like Academy Awards going on here.
I think so. Oh, I'm not gonna bend over.
Just leave it on the counter. Well, thanks again, everybody. All right, now we'll go work our way to the consent agenda.
All right, consent agenda. Item A, January 6, 2026, regular meeting minutes. Item B, general claims of $4,172,446.84. HRA claims of $128,019.46. Park and Recreation Commission appointments. Item E, reappoint student commissioner to the Arts and Culture Commission. Item F, solar rates above 40 kW. Item G, pay equity report. And item H, approve the 2026 revised History Cruise Car Show agreement. Looking for a motion.
All right, thank you. I'd like to see if anybody would like to pull anything at this time. If not, can I please have a motion?
So moved.
So move, Councilmember Woods.
Second.
Second, Councilmember McKenzie. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you all for that. Next, we have 3 minutes open to the public for public comment. All right. Is it Ben? Hey, come on up. Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming.
Hello? The timing of this short little speech is interestingly timed when the chief was up here speaking about ICE and North St. Paul's role. I thought he did a pretty good job, and that's really what I came here to say. What is North St. Paul's role as far as ICE goes? So I'm going to give my speech anyway, knowing now that you guys did put out a statement, but I'm going to read it anyway. So I'm here to express concern about how ICE responds, gotta get my glasses on. I'm here to express concern about how ICE impacts our local community. Residents are afraid to leave their homes and interact as a community. This is a real fear in the neighborhood that affects everyone. There have been cars pulled over, houses entered without warrants, and citizens arrested. I'm sure you guys, everyone knows about the shooting in Minneapolis as well. Everyone from Stillwater to St. Cloud is affected by this or touched by it in some way. But right now we're talking about North St. Paul. Our city should be focused on safety, trust, and serving the community. We should be clear about this and know we are not an extension of ICE. So please do not let ICE take over our city. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for the statement your chief made earlier. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm terrible with names. Sabina?
Ben already said most of what I was going to say, and I appreciate the statement by the chief tonight. My concern especially is many of the immigrant businesses that we have in North St. Paul. Many restaurants are already closed. Stores are locked, and as a citizen, that just really makes me sad. So whatever we can do as a city to support them and make them feel safe in the city, I just really would like that to happen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks, everybody, for your comments. So now we will be moving to electric guy.
Yeah, next is city business action items, which is talking about the substation system upgrade and replacements. So we'll turn it over to our electric director, John Wick.
All right, can everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll try to give you the quick overview and as much information as I can in the short period of time. So in November, we started to see some issues at the substation. It was not long after I'd actually turned in the budget for the year, kind of an unforeseen issue. but it's something that I think our budget has given us enough room to absorb in the coming year. We started seeing some errors in readings coming from the substation through our SCADA, and had our SCADA company come out, Automated Systems, to take a look and see if there was anything wrong with the readings we were getting from the substation. They confirmed that the system was working properly, and that it was just getting the wrong information from the physical devices, control devices within the sub. Unfortunately, we noticed a number of meters that read the load on each circuit were responding with inaccurate numbers. We were able to get the accurate numbers from the relays that are on the circuits themselves, but in the control house itself, where those readings come from, everything was showing the wrong numbers. We were able to diagnose. We had PMG Engineering come out, a fellow by the name of Jason Van Heck. I'll touch on him a little bit later. He came out and was able to tell us which pieces of equipment were failing and a rough ballpark of what it would cost to replace those parts. But what he had ultimately suggested was that we replace our current relay system with a new upgraded system. Our current system is maxed out. We cannot receive any more information from the substation, and there's a lot of good information that we can receive if we do upgrade. To keep it short, to replace the parts that were there, it's actually near approaching the cost to actually do the entire upgrade itself. And those parts are going to become more and more difficult to obtain as we go forward. We can go to the next slide. So yes, it's all critical equipment. We monitor this information daily, and then we have the guys go down and check the substation every week to make sure that we don't have any potential failures or catastrophic events. The physical equipment in the sub that is failing is showing the wrong readings as well. But without getting too technical, we have relays in place on each circuit that house a plethora of information, and we're pulling just a very little amount out of them. By doing this upgrade, we'll be able to pull any and all information off of those. They're called Schweer relays. They're on each circuit breaker that feed the main circuits that go throughout town. We'll be able to pull any and all information off of them and integrate them with our current SCADA system. Yeah, we can go to the next one. Just for some background, the substation is essentially the heart and the brain of the entire electrical system. All the information that we monitor throughout our system comes from the substation, and the source of all the energy for the town comes from that substation. So I think it is critical to spare no expense when it comes to making the right decisions down there. The current system we have that would be getting replaced is called the PLC system. It uses information from each individual device in the control house to send information back to us and for us to read physically on the location. And by going to the new system, we would no longer have to pull from each individual instrument. We'd be able to pull it all from the main relays on those breakers. This would modernize the way we receive information, but it would also make it so we're set for any upgrades in the future. This new system it's a SEL product. SEL is a widely recognized brand. They have a 10-year warranty on all items, and they also typically outside of that warranty will even replace at no cost, just because they want to know if there's an issue. They want to know what's wrong, and they don't want to be surprised by anything in the future. So I learned through the PMG Engineering that came out this Jason that he has a good relationship with them, and that he's typically never seen anyone have to pay for any sort of replacements on parts that fail from SEL. So Yeah, we can go to the next one. Again, that SEL product, it would mesh with anything that we would upgrade in the future. We'd be able to just basically plug and play the SEL products as we did any upgrades. Now, I don't know what we would focus on first, but at least getting to where we're getting all the information we need is top priority. Another big benefit would be we would be getting all new prints and one-line diagrams of the substation. Our current ones are sufficient, but they are very difficult to read. They're hard to interpret. And by getting a new system, new prints, we get all of our crew trained in on how to interpret those prints and how to operate all the equipment within the substation. I think everyone on our crew is sufficient at recognizing things in the substation that may be wrong or things that they can operate, but it's also not their expertise. So we usually rely on contracted outside help for stuff like that. So in this way, I think we'd be better prepared for anything that could go wrong in the future. Again, like I said, the cost comparison is very similar to actually replacing the failed equipment that's currently in the substation. We have charts that we've been looking to replace for some time. That would be anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000 to just replace what's currently there. The 4 failed meters are about $5,000 a piece. And then to upgrade our PLC system with the SCADA would be in the ballpark of $20,000 to $30,000 to add additional ways to add information. You're looking in the ballpark of $60,000 to $70,000 to do a complete replacement of the current equipment, or the $92,000 to do the full upgrade. Again, PMG Engineering, Jason Van Heck came out. He was widely recommended by other public utilities and Xcel Energy. He's expert in substations and anything relay and monitoring equipment. From the moment he stepped into that substation, I've seen a lot of smart people come in there, and I respect a lot of them. That was the smartest person I've ever seen in that substation. And the moment he was in there, he could read that entire substation without seeing a single print, or because he's been in so many that same style. And it was pretty apparent to him immediately that we should be looking at making this switch. And then to make things better, he was the lowest bid that came in as well. I know it's a lot of information and a lot of technical. I'd be happy to speak more on anything that is not fully comprehended or that you may have questions on. But I would like to see us move forward with the upgrade. I think it would be something that we can, as a department, absorb within our budget. We can make the proper changes to stay within those limits. But just again, it was an unforeseen thing towards the end of last year that came up. So. Any questions or concerns?
What's the timing? How long is it going to take to do the upgrade? How long is it? I see 23 to 30 days prior to start of installation. Mm-hmm. But how long is it going to take to actually do? And are we in any danger? Is the city in any danger of losing power or anything between now and then?
That's a great question. There's no immediate concern of power failure. We're just not being able to monitor information that could lead to failure. But as it sits now, I have no concern of the power actually going out or something bad happening to our transformer or the substation in general. Like I said, that 23 to 30 days to acquire, and then they anticipated from the time they've acquired the equipment about 2 weeks to install.
Okay.
How long have we had the current system for?
Longer than my time here.
35 years.
35
years.
35 years, okay.
And it's been a reliable system. It's served its purpose, but it's also on the aging end of its capabilities. So.
Well, I like that, like what you do, and also what Ron, you bring the solutions plus the other ones too. So we look at the upgrade and what it costs to compare to, replacing, just like we did with the door locks and all the other things. So I appreciate you doing both sides to say, this will get us to this point, but this also will be able to get us farther into the future.
Yeah, uh-huh, yeah.
So thanks for doing that research on it.
No, of course.
And you said you believe that you're able to absorb this cost with your current budget, you think?
Yes, yeah. I think, it's more than we were planning on spending on our substation structure and budget, but, and we do also have our 3-year maintenance this year as well, so it's an additional cost within the substation. Some of it can probably be absorbed with this, with them doing the relay checks and everything like that, so it might shave some cost off of our 3-year inspection as well, where they test the transformer and all the breakers and typically go in and check all our targets and our relays and the batteries. And so it might be able to kind of offset a little bit of that.
Oh, good.
I don't have confirmation of that at this time. but-
So I'm hearing you say it's going to save us money in the long run, right? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it could, yes, yeah.
Well, I feel that we should just upgrade it because it's been 35 years.
Replace it, yeah.
Or replace it, yeah. I think that'd be the smartest thing to do. More of a cost-saving effect that way.
Yeah, I agree. It's it would be I would be a lot more comfortable with the upgrade than actually replacing what's currently there. I know we can read that and we can interpret that, but I think there's a lot more capabilities moving forward with the new path.
Any more questions from anybody? Everybody
Good.
comfortable with that?
Yep.
So we'll have to do a vote on it. So give me a second here to get back up. There we go. Substation PLC system replacement.
I'll make a motion to
Motion,
replace that.
Councilmember Schweer. Second by anybody.
Second.
Second by Councilmember McKenzie. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Keep an eye on it.
Thank you, John.
Of course.
Thanks, John. All right. Reports from city manager and departments. We had a staff meeting today. I guess I'd like to first talk a little bit about our chlorination. So, as you know, we ended up having a bacteria in the water supply. It's not the style that is detrimental to health, but what it means is we had a sizable road reconstruction project this last year, which also meant replacing water lines. And you have the potential, they do clean it out, they do try to chlorinate it, but once in a while, it could be a matter of a leaf. It could be a little bit of dirt that got in there, which caused this. So by having that in there, requirements from the state, we did start chlorination. We had it in there for about, 4 or 5 weeks that we had it going. So we did take that off last week, did testing again, and unfortunately came back with several fails for the testing that is still detecting bacteria. So we put it back on there. We are hearing a lot from the public. People aren't used to having the chlorination in their water system, so it really stands out when you're not used to it. But clearly there are areas that you have to keep it within a certain amount in there. You can't go above or beyond the percentages. I would leave that up to Ron to talk about those percentages, but we are well within those parameters. This time, it's not going to be exactly the same like it was before. We're actually moved to a different area where we're adding the chlorination, which is closer to the problem issue that we have. So we're hoping that would give us a step up in getting this bacteria completely out of the system. I would imagine that it'd probably be another 4 or 5 weeks, try to run with this chlorination, and then we'll try it again, take it off for about a week, and then redo testing again to see where we come out. In talking with the state, we have found that we've had a city that had the same issue. They replaced a bunch of their water main, ended up having that same bacteria in their system. They went on and off probably 3-4 times, ended up they couldn't get it out of there, and they ended up having to go full-time on their chlorination. So that would be worst-case scenario for us if we had to go on there and keep it on there. I know people like that without it, but just wanted to give that little heads up, kind of where we're at and kind of where we're going.
I appreciate that too, because, everybody's trying, and as a council, we've been, we say the good, the bad, and the ugly, so we're trying the best we can, and, we'll do the best going forward, but there's that chance, so we just wanted to be out there and be upfront with everybody.
And one unfortunate downside of it is it actually, with the chlorination in there, it actually cleans the pipes. So if people are seeing some brown matter from coming inside the pipes, which is the buildup of the minerals that are inside there. So it's recommended that if you see that, run your water until it runs clean, especially when it comes to washing clothes. If you happen to be running a load and it comes out and then it happened to flush and you see some of that in there, just rewash it again when you get to your clean water. Don't dry it because they'll probably lock into the clothes if you do that. But we're receiving the phone calls and giving the people the answers that we have for them. So the electric department's they had their American Test Center. They come out every year, do testing on the trucks, whether or not it's dielectric or mechanical. They also is in charge of doing the Ramsey County hazardous waste material that we bring in as the city. Got that filled out for the year. Working on a couple of generator issues that they've had. Got one of them fixed, but we're still having issues with another, so they're looking into that. Those are rather expensive endeavors. So we have backup generation for like our city hall, our public works building, and then we have them for our wells, some of our wells. So we have several in town that we maintain. Communication, Ava's been busy working on the new residential guide for customers coming into our city, or residents coming to our city, I should say, and busy with booking events for 2026. Finance, of course, is busy with the auditors. They are back this week. Along with Electric, we'll be doing their audit with them tomorrow, I believe. So,
And I'll be going in on Wednesday for my part of the audit.
yep. So they'll be here this week, and then they'll come back February and then finish up in March. PD is starting to get their Motorola equipment starting to show up and getting that underway, so they'll be starting to set up with new body cams and the equipment for their vehicles. Sooner the better. Public Works has been, ice rinks are looking decent now since it's so cold. Which fluctuates so much this year with the warmer weather and then dropping down to the cold again. We did, for the tree grants, we still have some money left in the tree grant, a little over $70,000, so they'll be working on the 150 trees that we have left in the city to take care of. Be focusing more on the dead ones that you'll see, especially along the road. They tend to have branches coming down off of them. So they'll be busy with that this year. We also found out that we got it's called the INI, or it's Infill and Infiltration Grant, which allows people to apply for that grant if they want to replace a sewer line, because the water that goes into the sewer line leaks into it for the old systems, ends up going through, and then we pay for that. That goes down to St. Paul. So, student-built house, they got the students back out. We're off for the holidays, so we'll start to see progress on that. Probably getting some trusses out there this week and get them up on top of there. And they got their year-end water report completed. No big changes. We still, on average, probably our city, which is not just the city proper, we serve into Maplewood, north of here as well. We consume approximately 1 million gallons a day for the water system.
Has that fluctuated much over the years? I heard it didn't.
Not a lot. It's stayed pretty close to that. We've seen a little bit of increase with the population growth that we've seen, but last few years, but otherwise it's pretty close. Actually, we're pretty low if you compare us to other cities,
that's what
very
I'm
low.
saying. Yeah, we
Yeah.
do real well for saving.
Indeed. Fire had blood drive today, which worked out well. Well, until the elevator died, and then had to get them out here quick and fix that. So got it fixing for tonight to get people up here, so that was good. And we're starting to get equipment in for the door access system. Got some frames in, doors in. We'll be seeing those changes, and then I think the 26th they'll be having a cruise here and starting to hit it hard and get the locks in place and run the wires out to them. They're also working on the code compliance around town, especially with all the snow and the melting and the ice issues that we've been having. And we got the polar plunge coming up. So anybody wants to jump in the ice up at White Bear Lake, January 31st. And if you're looking for any sponsors, you can call the PD there.
Oh, I'm going up. As long as somebody pulls me out, I'll go in.
Our chief said that he went in last year and he had a monitor on his wrist. So it went from, what was it, like 60? Yeah, just as soon as he hit that water,
I would think so.
a strong ticker.
My battery would freeze.
Yeah. And community development, they're working with, so this Friday, all the comments are due back for the RFP that we put out for the trash hauler. The questions will come in that they have for us. We'll get the answers back to them, and within 2 weeks, we should have the bids come in. So that's all coming together. That's all I have for you.
Well, that's quite a bit. Thank you so much for the update.
Yeah.
All right, any reports from commissions? Councilmember Schweer, you got anything for you guys?
Unfortunately, we didn't have anything in December, so January 28th is our next meeting here at Council Chambers at 6:30.
All right, thank you.
Our next meeting with the EDA will be March 10th.
Okay. Tomorrow, we're having,
Oh, yes, tomorrow we are having a presentation over at Sweeties and at Main Drag for them doing the facade program, and they're going to be issued a check back from our city
so our
for the facade program.
So
that
we kicked in 50%, and they put nice new windows on the front of Sweeties. That's really made a big difference, so we were able to help with that. So that's awesome.
That's a start.
Yeah, and we got plenty more. We've been talking about that program, and so we're still hitting it. Woods.
Arts and culture, one of the big projects that we've got going on in 2026 is the purchase and development of a a coin press, since pennies are kind of out of fashion now. But, so we'll be doing a coin press that will be hosted here in the city. And so for all those people that like to collect, collectible coins from different places they visit, we'll have one here that I think the plan is to have 4 different faces, one with the snowman, one with Henry Castle, one with a car for the car show, and one for Autumn Arts Festival, I believe. So,
Very nice, thank you. Planning Commission.
The Planning Commission will be interviewing. It sounds like we'll be interviewing starting this coming Monday for replacement for one of the ones we just celebrated leaving. And then our next meeting will be on February 5th.
That's awesome. Thank you very much. Any general business from anybody?
No.
Anybody? All right.
I guess I'll say something. I would like to thank Police Chief Rosales for his statement about ICE earlier. I'd like to thank our residents here. I know I've got friends and family who were impacted as well, and it's just good to have our residents come out and know that the city is doing what we can. So, thank you.
All right, thank you.
I would agree with that statement. And also, I was very happy that we were renewing the student for the commission. And if we have your blessings, I would like to direct City Manager Frandl that next time he's talking to the school board, that if any other students were interested in any of the other commissions, I think we would be opening to have a student commissioner on every commission. I think just that's a wonderful thing and a wonderful training experience.
Yep. Yep, just like with Arts One, they don't vote, but they're in the meetings, they're able to be part of the discussions and do everything else. So it gives them a taste of, and a chance to be able to participate.
Yep.
So I think that's
And
a great idea.
I will say that UAD, our student commissioner for the Arts and Culture Commission, I think people are aware of the Bring a Snowy Home program that we had going on, where you could buy the little wooden snowy and paint it yourself. That was his idea. So, great ideas, very passionate kid. So if we can get people like that involved in any of the commissions or in government in general, I think we've got a strong path forward for the city. So,
Great. All right. I agree with that. We're not going to be adjourning. We're going to be going into a closed-door session for review for the city manager. So this meeting will be closed pursuant of the Minnesota Statute 13D05 Sub 3A to conduct a performance review of the city manager, Brian Frandl. So once we're done with that, we will come back into this room and adjourn. So appreciate everybody coming tonight, and thanks for showing up.